evening and welcome once again to another edition of Desert Empire Vibe. I'm your host, just like every single week. My name is Andrew Garavella, coming to you live from the Victor Valley. Okay, so we got a huge special treat for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Los Angeles. Due to the traffic, we let her take the helicopter. This girl has performed in front of tens of thousands and has several hundreds of thousands of hits online. She's like an indie pop social media star. I'm just saying, I'm a huge fan of hers. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA, in the flash, here tonight in the high desert, Sabrina Petrini. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
That's good. We go way back, like before this tonight, you know. Tell us a little bit about what you do in LA as a recording artist.
What I do in LA as a recording artist? Well, the reason why I'm in LA is because it offers you a lot of opportunities to meet a lot of people that do the things that I do. Because, you know, I'm from Sweden. In Sweden, I mean, Sweden offers great music, but it's harder to connect there because it's not as available, and you got to be like at the top already to reach the top producers.
But in Sweden, aren't you guys like the kings of like pop tracks? Isn't that where a lot of big producers come from?
Yeah, it's weird though. I actually had this conversation with a friend the other day, and this will sound strange, but it is easier to connect in LA than it is in Sweden. It's almost like if you're not the top 10 in Sweden, you will not get in. The top 10 performs all the shows. The top 10 does all the big stuff.
Oh, it's a monopoly.
It's like a clique.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You weren't in the clique, man.
No, I wasn't cool enough. Or maybe they weren't. I'm just kidding.
So, okay, aside from that, how are you? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I just drove over here and to hang with you.
Yeah, of course. So this is your first time actually, I think, in the high desert, right?
Yeah, not counting driving by to Vegas.
Driving to Vegas. Yeah, this is along the way to Vegas, right, Andrew? Yeah, that's it. So tell me, there's less people here than in LA, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there anything here that's similar to Sweden? I know you guys get like snow in Sweden, so you know you guys beat there. But I mean,
yeah. I mean, I lived in the north for a while, like for a couple months, and it's kind of the same where you see like one house and then another house and then another house.
But is it like spread out and stuff like that?
Yeah, countryside. Yeah, you would say like there's like maybe 5 major cities, and the rest is kind of like this. So yeah.
All right, very cool. Let's get back to music, though.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite aspect of performing live? Because I know you do a lot of live shows.
I love performing live. I love people. So I love delivering a story, and I love the connection where you, because, you know, on the stage you see everybody. And it's just great to see how the energy switches between the songs and get everybody's attention and see when people are actually, yeah, okay, I get it. I understand your experience because I kind of had the same one, and I love making people feel better through my music, performing live.
Now, as an independent pop performer, how many years now have you been doing live performances, live gigs and stuff?
I mean, professionally or
right?
just...
Because people don't make that connection. Oh, they're independent. Well, you're also professional because I believe you, at once upon a time, when you first came here from Sweden, you performed. Was it the American Music Awards? American Music Awards.
That was 2010. So I came here. I believe I lose track. I don't remember if it was 2008 or 2007. But I came here to study music, and I was actually lucky to get a record deal. Funny enough, Universal Sweden. So I moved here, then got a deal with Sweden. Anyways, and through that, I got to meet awesome people, and through that, I got to do awesome performances. And yeah, I ended up doing the AMAs, and it was super cool. Like, I just remember walking into Katy Perry's rehearsal because when you do this, you spend a whole week at downtown, and I just walked in, and I was like, "Is this real life? Like, I can't believe like."
It's not that easy for the rest of us.
No,
just saying. So
it was just, I just remember like her doing her firework rehearsal, and I was just like, okay, this is crazy. Like,
and that was already a big song at that time. So you know, like, Katy Perry's here.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was definitely one of my
Now,
favorite things.
if you count the TV audience, that's like a platform of several million people
Yeah.
watching. But you've also done a little smaller. I mean,
Yeah.
not still very professional and big.
Yeah.
The Palladium,
Yeah.
right?
And that's about 3,000 people in the audience.
But that's more intimate because they're like right to the stage,
Well,
right?
yeah, it was funny. That was actually my first like big performance in LA, and I was touring. I was in New York, and I got the phone call. My manager was like, "Hey, do you want to perform Palladium?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And we flew back, like, and I performed Palladium. And I remember there's a little break in my song, like in the bridge part. And I remember just looking at the people, and I felt like everything was slow motion. I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. Like, into the song, I was just like realized that I was performing to all these people. It was like weird, almost like surreal. But I prefer live shows in front of an audience than actually on camera shows.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still got her here. So you're going to be performing a little later for us here in the show.
Yeah.
But when people look at your look, I know stereotypically they're thinking punk rock chick. Maybe she's trying to do like a Pink kind of thing. You know, she's going to like mosh pit or like jump into the fans. Like, what do you do on stage? Because, I mean, tonight it's going to be a stripped down performance because that's what we do here.
Yeah.
But normally, if we go to Sabrina Petrini's show, what are we expecting to see you do on stage?
So I perform with the DJ, and I have 2 backup dancers, and I perform to tracks. So it's pop, but I would call it edgy pop. Like, it's not bubblegum pop, which I love too. It's just I don't perform it. So yeah, it's not rock. I was in a rock band before, so I've done basically everything, but that's what I'm doing right now.
Your music videos, they kind of have a unique style to them too. Mm-hmm. How do you come up with the concepts for those music videos?
Well, I think like I'm about attitude. My songs have a lot of attitude. So it's weird because it's almost like as I'm writing the song or coming up with the song, I'm coming up with the video in my head at the same time, and with the outfits and everything, and it just goes hand in hand. Like, I would never just do a random video. It has to go to whatever I'm trying to say, and it just makes sense that it's unique because I think my music is pretty unique and my lyrics are unique. So
it is. I hear it all the time. It's in my car. Go find out who she is. But after the show, people. So
yeah. Well, and also the last 3 videos I put out, I actually edited myself, and so
you did. Mm-hmm. You mean that one on YouTube where you're kind of walking
in the desert?
No, the one where I believe it's in a dance studio, but the glass is behind you. It's in LA. It's in a building.
Dance studio.
It's the one that you just did last week.
Oh, I Will Like Can I Am?
Yes.
Yeah, I edited that one too.
Get out of here. You do stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my new editor. Just saying. So that's really cool. So what do you dabble in? Because as an artist, people don't realize that sometimes you have to learn the technical aspect too, because it's too expensive to hire an editor. So
well, it's not that. Like I've worked with high budget and I've worked with low budget, and I just got really tired of waiting. I got really tired of not being a priority, and I just realized I can just waste my negative energy, or I can learn and do exactly what I want to do.
You work in studios with like award-winning music producers, songwriters, people that are on Billboard, names that necessarily aren't like you say them and the common person knows them, but then if you do your research, you find out who they've worked for and what they've done. So you've worked with the industry. Yeah. Have you ever been pushed to the side because somebody bigger came in that had a paycheck, so you had to kind of just like take a minute while they did their thing? I haven't been told directly, but yeah, of course. And I know so because they're busy. I know who I'm working with. Right. And I mean, I don't judge that because I mean that's just the way it goes, and I get it. Right. Yeah, no, that's life. Just what it does, right? That's the industry. Yeah. That's okay. Do you think being a musician affects relationships? Because I try to have this conversation with other musicians because, I mean, it's really a full-time job when you dedicate to your craft. So do you think sometimes this is the relationship, and then oh yeah, the boyfriend or girlfriend over here on this side too? Like, is it a hard balance?
No.
Do you think it's more the person that you're with? They have to be understanding of what you do.
Yeah, I think like first off, like I guess like you don't date a fan. Because they won't understand because it's a fan, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like date a partner, so and a partner will always understand, right?
Do you think it's more complicated or more difficult to date somebody in the industry, or is it easier or more difficult to date someone that's not in the industry?
I wouldn't date anyone in the industry. No.
Yeah, don't make that mistake. Anyone else in your family? Are they musically inclined like this?
It's so strange because on my mom's side, my mom has like 11 siblings, so there's like.
It's a Sweden thing?
That's my mom is Polish.
Oh gosh.
As I'm half Polish,
okay.
and
it's a Polish thing.
It's Eastern European thing. I would say. I know that like one like cousin plays drums. That's all I know. Then there's no other musician, and then my brother is an extremely talented drummer and producer. And I don't know, like it doesn't run. My mom is amazing, but she thinks she can sing. She really can't. But like, so
you guys should do it and put it on YouTube. I'll watch it.
But I know there's none of that. Like my other cousin is a dancer, and that's it. So I guess like on that side, out of 11 siblings and 4 like cousins became artists. Now it doesn't run in the
So
family.
you brought a musician with you. We're going to take a commercial here in the next like 40 seconds, but you're going to be singing for us when we come back from a commercial break. What are you going to be performing for us?
So Romantic.
So Romantic. Okay, and what's the name of your guy that you brought that plays guitar?
Lucky.
Okay. He's Irish, which is kind of cool. You guys will see when we come back. Okay, and this is a new song off your new album, which we're going to talk about next
It's
segment.
not a new song, but it is on my album.
It is on the album. Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, but when we come back here exclusively with Sabrina Petrini on Desert Empire Vibe, she's going to be performing one of her hit singles that has tens of thousands of views right now online, So Romantic. So I got to go pay some bills, and we'll be right back on Desert Empire Vibe. Don't go away. welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Desert Empire vibe in the flash. Sabrina Petrini, so romantic. That, Sabrina, I got goosebumps. That was truly so romantic.
Oh, thank you.
I've heard you do that song before live, so I'm just trying to make it even more exciting because we're on TV. But that is a very, very beautiful song.
Thank you.
How do you? Let's dissect it now. Okay, let's get all scientific-y on the song. How do you do that? How do you sit down and write songs like that? What is your process?
So like I have a few different ways to write, but the one that usually is like my favorite songs or my most successful songs is when I sit in traffic. And basically,
there's a lot of that in LA.
I'm just like in my car and I will record. It's weird because I don't plan to write a song. Like, it's not like I'm like, okay, at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna write this song and it's gonna be about this and that. So for some reason, it just weirdly comes out together with the melody. Like, I'll just like start singing something. And then out of that sentence, if I'm inspired by it, I'll just keep on singing and adding on it. And then I'll like put on the phone. I'll start recording it on the phone. And then when I get home, I will start adding chords to it, and then after that,
you play piano.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then after that, I will, if I'm working with a producer, I will take it to the producer and be like, hey, like, let's add some bass to this, let's add some drums, or I'll do it by myself on my laptop. So that's kind of like how it starts.
So romantic. What was the thought process for that? Was it really about someone, or was it just, you just spitted it out, you know?
That one was co-written, and it was really interesting.
Who did you write it with?
I wrote it with a guy called Dusty. And so basically, this is kind of a long story, but
That's okay, make it quick.
I met Kim Fowley. He discovered the Runaways, Joan Jett. He worked with everybody, Guns N' Roses, whatever. He called me one night. He's like, Sabrina, there's a guy over here. You got to come over and meet him. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, like, come over. And he played a part of the song for me, and I was like, wow, okay, let's work. And we just like hit it off, and I like added to the song. And then it's funny because I added the bridge to the song 3 years later, like when I was in Vegas working with another producer, and he was like, oh, it needs a bridge. And I was like, okay. And I had written words down in my notes from my thought process about things in life and whatever. So just like that song I've worked on, I think, for like 5 years, and I've performed it in every version, and I never released the track until now, 5 years later.
That's crazy.
And it's the one song when I sing live that people actually know. So it's like weird, but I just like, I had such high expectations on it that I was never happy with any of the recordings.
What's your thought about that? Like songs that you do, and then you're like, I want to get this out next month, and then it comes out like 3.5 years later. Like, do you feel like there's an urgency sometimes to put out music, original music, not necessarily covers, because sometimes people get their YouTube hits when a song becomes hot. I'm gonna cover that. But as far as original goes, do you feel like stuff can get dated? Or do you feel like when it's ready, it's ready?
If it's a good song, it's a good song. And the point is, like, any song, like, so this is, if you go to the studio and you solo the vocals, and if the vocals are catchy, it's a good song. And everything else around it is noise. It's just a feeling. But I like this version of So Romantic that I put out on the album, because like I added something I never thought I would, and it's like a tropical bass line to it, and it was a rock song before, and now it's a tropical pop, whatever, I don't know, but it's amazing. I like it. So
let's talk about the album.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. I Will, I Can, I Am.
Okay.
So basically, I was in a band for a few years. I decided to stop doing that, and it's this album is the first time I've ever written any music without a goal. And it's the first time ever I've released an album or music where I don't find anything that I could have done better. And that's an amazing feeling, because I've never had that in my life. Most of the songs on the album tells the story of my journey on my way to LA, being in LA, and after leaving my band project. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm excited.
Tell us, okay, so title track, I Will.
I Can, I Am.
I Can, I Am.
That was the first one I wrote. Actually, that's the name of one of the songs and the video that you like.
Yes.
I wrote that. I was in Santa Monica last summer, just like spent time writing, and I actually produced the track. I did some sound replacement with another producer afterwards, and James Cross mixed and mastered the song. And yeah, it's the first track that I've like done basically everything on except from like strings. And it's about me just telling myself that I deserve everything that I want in life.
Here's an interesting question. Do you have a manager? Who does the business aspect of Sabrina Petrini as the artist? Who's calling the shots, making the phone calls, doing all that?
I'm calling the shots.
And why? Why are you not using a manager?
Well, I recently signed with a manager, but up till now I've called all the shots, and the reason is because if you can't do the things I already can do like better, then there's no reason for me to share any profit. But also, I don't feel like waking up and calling in, you don't have time, and then I can do this within the next hour. Like, I just don't see a point with it. I just don't see a reason unless you're going to do it quicker and better.
Do you think the world of music is changing every day because of social media and the way that things are done? Do you think that's going to be a trend for a lot of indie artists that want to have that mainstream spotlight? Because indie artists are getting the mainstream spotlight. Do you think they're going to take things more into their own hands and be their own managers?
I mean, and it's changed because indie today is no longer rock. It's rap too. It's pop. It's electronic music. It's DJs. It's producers, and it's just become. I mean, I feel like nobody really knows you better than yourself too. You know, like. I don't know, but I take Robin as an example. Like, she was signed to a major label, and then she created Konnichiwa. Like, I mean, and she's huge.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Sabrina, we're running out of time. I'm so happy you came all the way up here from LA.
Thank you.
Just for little old me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tell us, plug in all the social media so we can go follow you, because I know like everyone that's watching this broadcast is going to go do that right now.
Okay, cool. Which camera do I look into?
Doesn't matter.
Hi.
This one right here.
This one. So Sabrina Petrini, Sabrina, and then my last name Petrini. So that's all social media. Sabrina Petrini. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
You on the Snapchat?
No.
Girl, we gotta get you. We gotta do face swap.
Face swap?
My face with that purple hair. That's hot.
I'll dye your blonde.
I wonder what I would look like with purple. I don't know. We'll try to do a Snapchat. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on Vivo, so just look up Sabrina Petrini.
Fancy, from the V. And then also, do you have SoundCloud? Because you're a musician.
Yeah, Sabrina Petrini. Everything.
Hey, that's all the time we have tonight for High Desert Vibe. Or Desert Empire Vibe, I'm sorry. I'm Andrew Caravella. I'm going to go do drinks with Sabrina. We'll see you next time right here. Take care.